good morning. I'm Chae, naturopath and owner of the Wellness Emporium, and welcome to Ways to Wellness. Ways to Wellness is an education series brought to you by me about certain conditions that I treat in clinic and to help you understand them a bit better and also give you some general advice on diet and lifestyle changes. So I hope that you will take plenty of information out of today, as today we are talking about diarrhea. So a topic that's generally not brought up over the dinner table, but I talk about it a hell of a lot in clinic as it is one of my areas of specialties, considering I work with a lot of gut health issues. So although people don't really like to tell me about their poo, some people do. Some people are awesome and open, like myself. But some people need a little prodding and poking to give me lots of detail, because in the end, our stool can tell us so much about our health. So what is diarrhea? If you've checked out my post, or if you haven't checked out my post, check it out on Instagram or Facebook, and I give you lots of information on what diarrhea is, what the causes are, and what the signs and symptoms are. So diarrhea, as we know, or as you might know, is when we get that watery, loose stool. It can be acute or long-lasting, and it can be accompanied by mucus, cramps, pain in that abdominal area. It can be accompanied by nausea, vomiting, those typical signs of some kind of infection. It can be like fevers and chills as well. So what is actually causing diarrhea? What can it be? A number of things. So we have microbial infections, which is so common I see in clinic. So I do treat a lot of parasites and bacteria, fungi, yeast, and that sort of stuff. So yes, microbial infections, especially when people have been traveling. So that traveler's diarrhea, barley belly, that type of thing. Other things are like antibiotic use, so that antibiotic associated diarrhea. And it's quite amazing that people actually don't know that is quite a common symptom of antibiotic use. Other things are like food intolerances and food allergies, anxiety, nervousness, stress, because when we are anxious or stressed, or if we've got to go do like this public speak or something like that, often our digestive system shuts down and all the blood rushes to our muscles and our heart and the things that need to keep us pumping through. But that means we'll often need to get rid of everything. So we'll get symptoms of diarrhea. Inflammatory bowel diseases like Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, celiac disease, it's quite common in as well. So again, going back to, is there a food allergy going on? Teething in children, it's quite common. Poisoning is definitely common. A lot of alcohol abuse, alcohol use, tobacco use, diarrhea can be a symptom of as well. Hyperthyroidism, because when we got hyperthyroidism, our thyroid is overactive, so our metabolism is working faster, and therefore our digestive system is working faster, so it's going to move things through a lot faster. And then the obvious things like laxative abuse, and also excessive use of magnesium, especially magnesium oxide or magnesium compounds that have magnesium oxide in it, because it's not a bioavailable or absorbable magnesium, but it will flush you out. And excessive use of vitamin C. So they're just a few. There's lots more on that post there, because today I really want to talk about what you can do about it. So if what we basically in clinic, my job is to find out what is causing it. So what are those things that I just mentioned? What could be the cause? It might be one, it might be two, it might be a few things, but it is identifying the cause. How do I do that? I do a thorough consult with you. I get your whole health history. I find out if you've traveled recently. Is there stress in your life? I work through all your systems, so your gut, your nervous system, your urinary system, your reproductive system, to find out what is going on in your body. Are you taking medications? Instead of, have you traveled recently? Have you taken antibiotics recently? All of these things I will uncover with you to find out the root cause. Other things we can use to help support that is pathology. So PCR stool tests you can get from your doctor, and I often recommend going to get one, although they don't have the technology. It's not advanced technology in trying to find out or analyzing the stool, and it also doesn't it doesn't assess a diverse number of parasites and bacteria. So often we use that, and then we can look into functional stool testing. So functional stool testing can look at how leaky the gut is, inflammatory markers, immune markers, fat in the stool, as well as assessing the stool in itself. And then the main thing is checking out the microbes. So looking at parasites, worms, bacteria, fungi, yeast. So that will give us a really detailed information on where the diarrhea is coming from. And then other things that we can do to actually treat that then is diet. So diet, we need to start with diet. Diet is the foundation to everything, and it's something you can do and start at home. So for me, I always start with eliminating inflammatory foods. They are gluten, dairy, and sugar. So get rid of them. First of all, and it doesn't mean that you're getting rid of them forever. We can introduce good quality sources back in, but while we are eliminating things, we need to get rid of inflammatory foods. I also get you to do a food, mood, poo diary. So literally looking at what you're eating, how you're feeling after the food. Is there any symptoms after the food? Because we want to know, when are you getting the diarrhea? Are you waking up in the morning getting it? Are you getting it only at the end of the day? Are you getting it when you're going to work because you're stressed out? Are you getting it after every meal? So we need to find out, the big picture. So you can do a food diary at home and really analyze everything that's going on. And then we look at introducing things. We can look at introducing, sometimes, not all, at low FODMAP foods, because high FODMAP foods actually feed pathogenic microbes. So we really want to starve them of their preferred fuel source. And then also we can look at elimination diets and then re-challenging those foods. So finding out through that food diary what is possibly causing the irritation, eliminating it, and then re-challenging it back in once we've healed the gut. So I do this with my clients, and you can actually do this at home. I have a food reactions online program for only $149, and you literally get everything. Everything I do in clinic plus more, and it's self-paced. It takes about 6 to 12 weeks depending on your symptoms. So you can jump online on my website, check it all out, what you get in it. It's so detailed and you get so much. So check that out if you want to support that food allergy or intolerance process with diet, with treating diarrhea or any kind of gut issues. Other things we want to do is lifestyle changes. So ensuring that you are in a relaxed, calming, rest and digest state. Things like meditation I implement, journaling, gratitude, breathing exercises, just calming that nervous system down, and obviously getting rid of alcohol and cigarette smoking. So you want to get rid of those things. In regards to herbal and nutritional supplements, I use a variety, and it's really dependent on the person. We really want to heal the gut. So obviously things like glutamine can be really helpful, but we also want to, if there's a microbial infection, we want to use antimicrobial herbs. Often the herbs I use in clinic is berberine-rich herbs, often philodendron. And then I use that with other herbs depending on the picture. So myrrh is another great antimicrobial herb. We've got things like aniseed and horopito are antifungal herbs. So really just depending on the client, will depend on what I give them. But definitely berberine is one of the most studied and well-studied antimicrobials for treating infections. So I hope that gives you some information. I'm nearly hitting 10 minutes, so I have to check out, read the post, re-listen to this whenever you need to, and let me know if you need any help. And don't forget to check out the online program for food allergies and intolerance. Talk to you soon.